Friends, good evening to all of you. I am Dr. D.G. Shahane, SMSMP Mahavidyalaya Nathepute, Department of English. Today we are going to have discussion on the critical term parody. The meaning of parody is a burlesque imitation. Now I would like to explain the term parody. Parody is an imitation of a particular writer, artist, or genre, exaggerating it deliberately to produce a comic effect. The humorous effect in parody is achieved by imitating and overstressing noticeable features of a famous piece of literature, as in caricatures, as in caricatures where certain peculiarities of a person are highlighted to achieve a humorous effect. Thus, the function of parody is a kind of comedy that imitates and mocks individuals or a piece of work. However, when it mingles with satire, it makes satire more pointed and effective. Most importantly, a parody appeals to the reader's sense of humor. He enjoys the writer poking fun at the set ideals of society and becomes aware of the lighter side of an otherwise serious state of affairs. Thus, parody adds spice to a piece of literature that keeps the readers always interested. We, in our daily lives, can employ the above technique to spoof or humbug somebody for the sake of fun. Now I would like to give you example to explain this term parody. For example, there is an Indian student in your classroom, and one day in a gathering of a few friends, you say him, "Will you very much bring me a Coke, please?" This imitation of an Indian accent is a parody. Now, one particular example from the literature I would like to put in front of you, because as I told you, parodies example are often confused as examples of satire. Although parody can be used to develop satire, it differs from satire to a certain extent. Parody mimics a subject directly to produce a comical effect. Satire, on the other hand, makes fun of a subject without a direct imitation. Moreover, satire aims at correcting shortcomings in society by criticizing them. I would like to give one example from the literature, that is from sonnet number 130 written by William Shakespeare. This is an example of parody of traditional love poems common in the day of William Shakespeare. He presents an anti-love poem theme in a manner of a love poem, mocking the exaggerated comparisons they made. The lines which have come there, I would like to quote. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lip red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun? If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damask, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. Unlike a love poem goddess, his mistress does not have eyes like the sun. She does not have red lips, nor does she have a white complexion. Her cheeks do not have a rosy color, and her hair is not silky smooth. All the cliché qualities are missing in his mistress. Such a description allows Shakespeare to poke fun at the love poets who look for such impossible qualities in their beloved. Now friends, I would like to put in front of you one more example. This example is written by Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, and we are going to see what kind of sentences he has used there. So, Gulliver's Travels is a parody of travel narratives as well as a satire on contemporary England. As the empire of England spread too far off lands, it became a center of navigation and exploration. Adventure and travel narratives telling stories of strange lands became popular. So in this way, the term parody ends here. Thank you very much for listening me patiently.